Hello, my fellow Instagram friends. It is Jackie Shepherd here. I've just decided to upload a video just to spin a yarn, to introduce myself, who I am, my background, what I do, and a little bit about what I'm delivering with my service at Jackie's Readings. Jackie's Readings is a working title, so it's just what I've got there for now until the, I suppose, permanent title comes to me. One that I feel like will be fitting for who I am and what I offer. So yeah, like I said, my name is Jackie Shepherd. I am from the Dagalug clan of far north Queensland. I'm First Nations to so-called Australia. I have a background largely in performing arts, so I'm a storyteller. I work in dance, theatre, embodied practice, and I do writing as well. But for as long as I can remember, since I was very small, I've had a strong connection to the spirit world, and I've had a strong intuitive and psychic abilities. I've been able to hear from the spirit world, and as I've grown older, that gift has shifted into what is referred to in modern day spiritual or psychic practices as clairvoyance, which is being able to see, have visions, and also claircognizance and clairsentience, which is being able to kind of feel and see with the body. Claircognizance is knowing with the mind, and clairsentience, feeling and knowing with the body, which isn't a surprise given that I have gravitated a lot in my work and my career into towards dance and embodied practices as a way of storytelling. A lot of my work has been revolved around First Nations storytelling, cultural expression, and cultural revival as well. For the past, I would say, 2 to 2.5 years, I decided to take these gifts a little bit more seriously, so to speak, or to work more intentionally. And so I've been training in psychic development, seership, as well as practicing healing. I've also been training in mediumship as well, so that's being able to connect with past loved ones and ancestors and deliver messages. However, that's still a developing practice of mine, so I'm not currently incorporating that into my practice. I'm going to wait until that has developed a little bit more. I also channel. So we all channel. In fact, I'd like to say that we all have these gifts. And they all kind of, I suppose, those gifts express themselves differently through different people. Creativity is a really great way to explore our more intuitive and a more intuitive side and our sixth senses. What was I saying? I just lost my train of thought there. Yeah, so I decided to work a little bit more intentionally in this space. Working more intentionally and really looking at, I suppose, my own spiritual development, where I'm placed in the world, my positionality, and how I can best express myself in the world, where I can best be of service to community and play my part in community to create healing and positive change. I think it's important to share with you all who are watching that healers, psychic clairvoyants, and mediums, we're all humans just like anybody else. I think sometimes there can be this, I suppose, this perspective that we are maybe like separated from community, or that we don't have the same issues or challenges as other people. And I think I'd really, really like to share in this is that we do have the same challenges and we have the same similar issues. We're participating in the same world that everyone else is participating in. And so for me, in a part of my practice has actually expanded through doing shadow work, through going into the deep, dark corners of myself and healing there and learning to find wisdom in the shadow. And that is still, it is an ongoing life journey, and it is a non-linear journey. I think that's important to raise, and I think it's important in this video to share so that whoever is watching, whoever sees this, gets an idea of not only my practice and what I'm sharing, but my perspectives and where I'm coming from and why I do what I do. My healing journey has been deep. I have come a long way from where I've been in the past, and I will continue to grow and I will continue to expand. What has really, the invitation into this space to be able to work in this space and work with more intention and to deliver a service has come from my practice of healing and shadow work. It has come from my practice of learning to take responsibility, learning to be more real with myself, learning to sit in not only the discomfort, but sometimes, and I'm just going to say it, the terror, the fear, and learning about the inner demons. Breaking bread with the inner demons and learning about where they come from, why they are there, and what steps need to happen to create change and healing, to transform them. So I decided to record this out in the park next to a main road, so I'm sorry if it's really loud. It was an impromptu video, so I hope you can hear me okay. Well, impromptu, I felt pretty called to do this right now. But yeah, so also learning what belief systems, unconscious or conscious belief systems I'm holding on to and have held on to that have not served me and that have not served my ability and capacity to create a quality of life. And one of the important aspects of this that I wanted to share in this video is that this healing journey is a process of becoming whole, but it's a process of becoming more human. Many people in this world have been dehumanized in many different ways, or felt dehumanized in many different ways. And through that, we have adopted many complex belief systems, some that may not be clear, that and some are destructive. And so that process and mode of inquiry, of emotional inquiry, of embodied inquiry and psychic inquiry into my own deep psyche, has helped to clarify and bring light to those aspects of myself and those experiences so that I can participate in the journey of becoming whole again and rehumanizing myself. I think that in this world, really many of us are learning actually what it means to be a human being who exists in freedom on earth. And that is my inspiration and my drive, and a part of why I have begun to step into this space so that I can play my part to help others on their journey. And it is through my lived experience, through transforming through the struggles, through understanding and knowing what it is like to be at odds with my own self, to be at odds with my life and the world around me, and to develop deeper comprehensions and wisdom around why I have been at odds, and learning to change and create those shifts. It's a slow journey. There's still a lot of work to do, but it is a beautiful journey, and I truly believe it's sacred, because what we're doing in this space as we continue to heal, we actually become closer to the land, we become closer to ourselves, we become more of who we really are. And when we become more of who we really are, we are able to communicate with others from a more grounded perspective, from an ebb and flow that is true to us. And so I want to impart this very, very small, I suppose, message, or thoughts and lines of inquiry, or whatever you would like to call it. I just lost my train of thought. There you go. Found it again. Because you do become closer to the earth, and you do, through this practice, you can become closer to the earth. You can develop a very special relationship with the earth, and this can really, really help you and help inform you with your direction in life, your sense of grounding, your sense of home, but also your sense of relationality, how you relate to the world and people around you. It's an incredibly rewarding journey. And on top of that, there is you start to realize and inquire a little bit more about what it means to have what human beings' birthright really is. And our birthright is to exist in natural abundance and in freedom on this earth. Now, with freedom, I'm not talking about chaos, I'm not talking about anarchy, I'm talking about, because freedom does not come without responsibility. The universe is based on a fixed and fluid structure. You have to have a structure that can create freedom and fluidity. It is like any ecosystem. If you look at wetlands, the ecosystem is a structure, and that structure creates life, harmonious and synchronistic and homeostatic relationality and connection and flow. And that synchronization and that flow and that homeostasis is an innate part of our birthright. At one point in our lives, we all participated in that. We have moved quite far away from that, and so a part of this is to the part of my healing and my journey has been to rediscover that, and to also reconnect with my First Nations practices, revive my ceremonies. My family were affected by colonization, so a lot of my ceremonies and my cultural practices have been forgotten. I didn't grow up on my people's land, my country. And so through this practice, I've also been reviving and learning what it means to revive and return and relocate to that relationship and that mode of understanding through my own embodied practices and through my own perspectives. And so that has been the journey that has created the space of Jackie's readings. And I also do healing work as well. I draw on my skills in storytelling and in body practice to listen to the body, to listen to what the body is sharing with me, with the consent and the permission of clients. And what I do is I glean the stories, and I glean where unresolved stories are located in the body, and I work through those stories in many different ways. It's a dynamic practice. Another part of this practice is by channeling healing energies, healing guides through my body into the client's body and into their energy fields. So that is an explanation of my practice, who I am, and my journey, and why I am doing what I'm doing. I hope that this has been an informative video for you all, and thank you very much for listening. This is a new step in my journey, and I'm excited for what the future is holding here, and I thank whoever is coming with me on this journey. You're welcome, and I thank you. Take care. Much love. Bye.